Let's move on to Mighty Mouse and the situation, which has changed an awful lot since we spoke about it last week, I think, or maybe it was a week before. At that time, like, the situation for me was Mighty Mouse was offered a fight against TJ Dillashaw, a big fight, and I presumed, and I think most people presumed, TJ Dillashaw, better opponent, coming down, he's going to be getting more money, maybe it'll be on a pay-per-view, he'll get pay-per-view points, it's a win-win, that's a fight that it won't sell that much, let's be honest here, and I think a lot of people think everyone can be Conor McGregor, or everyone can sell, but not everyone can sell, but if it's on a pay-per-view with someone else, it could sell a few more pay-per-views, and he could make a little bit of money out of it. That was my thinking, and I think that was the same as yours, and I think we both agree that would be a good fight. But in the last week, he went on the MMA, or I think it was obviously last Monday, and he released statements to MMA Fighting as well about how he'd been treated by the UFC, basically saying that the matchmaker Mick Maynard had come to him, offered him the Ray Borg fight. He thought Sergio Pettis might be a better, more marketable guy that could get his name out there better. He went back. Mick went back to Dana, said it was Ray Borg. He agreed to that, signed the papers. Then they came back after, obviously, Cody Garbrandt got injured, who was supposed to fight TJ Dillashaw, said that Demetrious should be fighting TJ Dillashaw. Demetrious said, I'll fight TJ Dillashaw if... I'm not sure if he said if he misses weight, because obviously he's coming down from the weight class above, he wanted his own show money and TJ Dillashaw's as well, which Dana White obviously did not agree to. Just those other things as well, about no future pay-per-view points, talking about closing down the UFC flyweight division, just look really, really bad on Dana White. Then Dana White came out and said in an interview that Conor McGregor was pound for pound number one, even though 2 months earlier he'd said Demetrious Johnson has a case to be the all-time great. He said he's been thinking for the last 2 or 3 years about closing down the flyweight division, just being all around unreasonable and just treating his pound for pound best fighter in the world like crap.
Yeah, I think DJ is mainly right in what he's saying, but I think Todd Martin made some good points. He was on Press Row with Jordan Breen on Sherdog, a podcast, and he was saying, he was kind of giving the other side of it, and he was saying that Ray Borg has missed weight, and TJ's never missed weight in his whole career, and DJ's kind of being unreasonable by asking for that, and he was saying that if it's all about the rankings, then why was he pushing for Sergio Pettis ahead of Ray Borg, as he says? So there was a few things in there that didn't really I don't think added to DJ's argument. If anything, they took away a little bit from his argument that he should have just left out. But his overall argument is, in my opinion, I agree with him that you can't, like, this guy is. I don't agree with what DJ said about they haven't promoted him at all. They have promoted him. Like, they've put him on Fox cards. They put him on as a main event on a card with Conor McGregor. They've kept him as the main event, even though there might be a bigger fight as a co-main event, to respect the championship belt. They nearly always do. So I don't think he's fully right, but I agree with most of what he's saying, and I think it's very petty of Dana to be like saying, "Oh, if you don't take this fight, I'll close down the division," and all that stuff. It's just stupid stuff. But Dana, really, the UFC, WMEING, they have the power. Really, it's like there's nobody policing them, so they can just do whatever the fuck they want, really, and you got to just deal with it.
Yeah,
when they sign the contract,
I agree with you in one sense that, look, Dana White's definitely been very pig-headed about it and coming out saying things that he's no need to say. I think I agree with you as well. Demetrious Johnson is right in about 90% of what he says. The marketing thing, I don't really get. Look, I agree. The way the fight has been treated, the way he's been offered lads, and then he's offered TJ Dillashaw for no more money. No, why should he take that? I don't think he should. If he's offered more money, fair enough. And I think he did say that if he was offered more money, he'd take that. So that's that issue. The whole marketing thing, like, just putting him in a main event or just putting him on a Conor McGregor card isn't good enough marketing, to be honest. And what Conor McGregor card was that? Who was McGregor fighting on that card?
Poirier.
Yeah, but see, like, McGregor wasn't what he is today in that. So, he was big, but not huge. But
they put Donald Cerrone against Eddie Alvarez, who was Bellator champion. Like, they built a good card under him. It's not as if they've just like cut him off and put him on the worst cards ever.
No,
he was meant to be.
Yeah, that's true.
He was meant to be on the co-main event behind Jones and DC, I think, and that fell apart as well. So it isn't all the UFC's fault that he hasn't been he hasn't been in the best spots, or he hasn't sold all the pay-per-views. Like, they'd obviously prefer to sell more pay-per-views if it was as easy as some people make it out to be. Like, Demetrious Johnson isn't exactly, like, he'll win really impressively, and he go on the mic and he won't say anything that interesting, and he won't make any headlines, and like, he does have himself to blame a bit as well. Like, it's not just the UFC who are not promoting him. Like, people seem to think that Conor McGregor got pushed from the UFC from day one. Conor, like, and other people like this, with the Reem documentary series, like, people make it happen for themselves, where they get fans interested in them and by themselves before they even get to the UFC. Like, Overeem wasn't even in the UFC when he started the Reem. He was in Strikeforce and people were behind him, and you got to make it happen for yourself as well. You can't just sit around waiting for the UFC to make you a huge star.